The NetworkMaterialCreate node has a lot of features which make it really easy to keep your shading node network organized. You can tidy up your shading nodes by selecting one or more and hitting Alt 1, 2, or 3 on the keyboard. Alt 1 collapses the nodes completely and will give you something similar to how the previous shading nodes looked. Alt 2 collapses everything except for the input and output ports which are in use. And Alt 3 reverts the nodes back to how you had them set up beforehand. Now we're going to use these shortcuts to organize our network. Select the Place 2D Texture node and press Alt 1. Then select all the file nodes and press Alt 2. Select the Color Correct nodes and press Alt 1 again. And finally, select the DL Principled and the Displacement Shader nodes and press Alt 2. These shortcuts can be used in whichever way makes it easiest for you to work with the shading node network, so there's no right or wrong way to organize them. You can also use the new node, the ShadingGroup, to keep your network organized. The ShadingGroup node can only be used within the NetworkMaterialCreate node. It's a way of keeping your workspace organized by allowing you to group sections of your shading network together. Inside, it features input and output sidebars, which are used to connect the contents to the rest of your network. So let's create one now to store the file nodes. Cut the file nodes and paste them inside the shading group. You can see the fixed input and output bars on the sides are empty, as nothing is connected up yet. So, to set this shading group up properly, simply drag each input and output to the empty space on the fixed sidebars. This automatically creates a port with the correct parameters. Exit the group and you'll see that the ports we just created appear on the outside of the shading group node. These can now be connected to the rest of the network in the same way as before. Now the network is a lot tidier than before, and we can easily locate the file nodes if we wanted to swap out any of the textures. We've also made sure that we aren't looking at any unnecessary parts of the shading nodes or the network, which makes building networks using this tool a lot cleaner and simpler than before. In the next video, I'm going to go over how to use the node parameters and interface controls.